Yo, what is good, guys? It is Team Ortiz back with another video. The World Cup has started. There's been a lot of upsets, a lot of surprises to this World Cup. And now that we're down to the quarterfinal, I was thinking, why not take a look and try to predict what's going to happen in this quarterfinal? Now, I had already predicted what I thought was going to happen in the World Cup before the World Cup started. I made a video about it. And obviously, I did an amazing job. It's just been a running thing for them. And I think it happens again. I think Denmark beats them. I mean, if Denmark could beat France, then they can beat England. Okay, listen. I didn't do the best job. I know, Denmark, I expected way more from them. I thought they were going to be a dark horse, and they were just terrible. So I decided, why not do it again? Without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. The first match will be Brazil versus Croatia. I would think Brazil versus Croatia will be a pretty easy score to determine. I mean, obviously, you have this amazing Brazil team and this all-right Croatia team. Like, this Brazil team has proven that they're good, and this Croatia team hasn't really proved much except that they're decent. Now, Croatia has kind of done well. I mean, they just beat Japan in penalties though. Croatia have confidence in one of their positions, which is midfield, because you have the likes of Luka Modric, Kovacic, Brozovic. Now, this Brazil team at first were not looking as dominant. In the group stage, they were looking all right. You know, they have some close wins, lost to Cameroon, but then they went and annihilated South Korea 5-1. And it's that thing about Brazil having depth at every single position. So if one player isn't working out, let's just say Neymar, he's not doing really well. You put in Rodrigo, you put in Gabriel Jesus, who's actually injured, so you wouldn't put him in. That's the one thing biting Brazil in the ass so far. It's the injuries that they've accumulated. But there hasn't been too many injuries or too many big injuries for me to think any less of this Brazil team. So yeah, I think this Brazil game will end up being, I will say 3-1. The first player to score will be Neymar. I think 2 goals from Neymar, 1 from Richarlison. For Croatia, it will be a goal from Perisic. Now, the next match, Netherlands versus Argentina, which is going to be a great match that I will not be able to watch. I literally have a final exam on this day at the exact time. Hopefully I can finish the exam in time to watch at least the second half. If not, I would just bubble in the wrong answers and just like get it over with. Netherlands versus Argentina is going to be a great match because I think Netherlands have the right tools. They have enough in defense to possibly stop Messi, or at least reduce his dangerousness. Obviously, there's things to like about the Netherlands team. You have the likes of Nathaniel Ake and Virgil van Dijk playing in defense, as well as Timbers, who's been doing really well. Dumfries playing more of a right wing back type of player. Cody Gakpo doing really well, scoring a lot of goals for this Netherlands team, raising his value in the transfer market. And their midfield looking at, that's where I think there's the biggest issue, their midfield, besides Frank de Jong maybe. And this Argentina team has just been looking great, mostly due to Messi's amazing performances. They have faced off before. If you remember, 2014 World Cup, Netherlands versus Argentina. It went 0-0 and then went to penalties where Argentina beat them. I think what this Netherlands team needs to do is try to stop Messi as much as possible, because when you stop Messi, then it makes the whole Argentina team look less deadly. But if Messi's going off, that whole Argentina team looks good because he's able to provide to them and make their jobs easier. So it'd be interesting to see if Netherlands can do that. I think they have the right pieces too, but we'll see. Honestly, I give it Argentina 2, Netherlands 2, and I think it goes to penalties where Argentina wins. Now, I think Argentina will win the penalty shootout because the Netherlands don't have the best luck in penalty shootouts. The Netherlands have lost 7 of their 9 penalty shootouts in all competitions, while Argentina have won 4 out of their 5 World Cup penalty shootouts of all time. I think the first person to score will be Cody Gakpo. We'll see 2 goals from Cody Gakpo. I think 1 goal from Lionel Messi. I want to say 1 goal from Angel Di Maria, but that's if he plays. I think there's still some uncertainty about his fitness. Portugal versus Morocco. Now, this won't be an easy one for Portugal, okay? Portugal have just gone and beat Switzerland 6-1. And then Morocco versus Spain ended up 0-0. Went to penalties where Morocco were able to win it. Now, this Morocco team has been looking good. Pretty well defensively, one of the best defensive teams. They've only conceded 1 goal throughout this whole performance, throughout this whole World Cup journey, and it was an own goal that they conceded. So technically, they haven't conceded to another team so far. And then you have this Portugal team who benched Ronaldo, put in Gonzalo Ramos. He got a hat trick, and then they were able to destroy, I mean literally destroy Switzerland. Now, I don't think they have the same luck against Morocco as they did versus Switzerland. This Morocco team will try to look to pull off an upset against this Portugal team, be the first African team to make it to the semi-finals of a World Cup. I think if I'm Portugal's manager, by the way, I'm keeping Ronaldo on that bench. And that's coming from a Ronaldo fan. Put in Ramos, see what he can do. He's already built up this little bit of momentum with a hat trick and an assist against Switzerland. Play him again, start him, see if he can continue that momentum. Now, I've already underestimated Morocco because I said that they were going to get 4th place in the group behind Canada, Croatia, and Belgium. And they ended up getting 1st place. So I don't want to underestimate them too much again. In my video, actually, somebody in the comments said having Morocco in 4th place was a disgrace. I don't remember who said that, but you were absolutely right. But I still think Portugal get it done. 3-1 as well. Morocco, when they faced Spain, were facing a Spain who were just passing it just to pass. Spain completed so many passes without really posing much of a threat to this Morocco team. And that goes back to Spain having issues with their striker position, not really having a goal threat and stuff like that. But this Portugal team does have a goal threat. They do have a lot of attacking pressure, and it will be interesting to see how Morocco faces against that, how they defend against that. First person to score, I will say, is Bruno Fernandes. Now, lastly, we have England versus France, which will be an amazing matchup right there. 2 teams with a lot of good players, a lot of flashy players. England have just come back from beating Senegal 3-0, while France have come from beating Poland 3-1. We've seen really good players on both sides shine. France, obviously, Mbappe shining amazingly, and Giroud. England having Jude Bellingham, who's been showing that he can be a real world-class player in the future. Both teams have really good attacking power. Obviously, a little bit of concern in defense, and it'll just be about which attackers can take advantage of the weakness. And I think France have the edge because Mbappe's been doing really well, and I think he can continue to perform amazingly. I think this England-France game will be a goal fest, to be honest. I think it goes 3-2 to France. I think Mbappe will get the goal first. I think this France team is looking like they can head back to the final stage of the World Cup. Obviously in 2018, they got to the finals, won it. I think 2022, they can go back to that final stage. Obviously, England versus France is probably the closest match to call. It's a toss of a coin, to be honest. You've also got to remember, England at times did not look the best. England versus USA, they didn't really look as dominant as people expected them to. And it just goes back to that whole thing about consistency with this England team. Obviously, yes, they did do well against the Senegal team 3-0. They almost did concede. Imagine Mbappe in that situation. Mbappe would have scored that. And I think that's what will happen. There's just too much firing power there. You also got the likes of Ousmane Dembele. So I think France just take advantage of that a little more than England do on the other side, and France get through. So that is my prediction for how I think this World Cup quarterfinal stage will end up. Let me know if you guys agree with me or not. But I will be able to react to the Portugal versus Morocco game, as well as the England versus France game, which I will definitely be posting a video for that, hopefully. I will also try to do a winners and losers of the World Cup once that's finished. So yeah, there's a lot of World Cup content coming soon, as well as other content that I hope to make soon enough. So if you don't already have my post notifications on, I would recommend turning them on, because I don't know when exactly I will be posting, but just know I will be posting. And so turn on the post notifications so that you're notified every time that I do post. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about this World Cup so far. Who do you think will make it to the finals? Me, myself, I think it's going to be a Brazil versus France final. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.